I'm just gonna go on and record this, because if I keep putting it off and keep putting it off, I'm never gonna record anything, and then nothing is gonna happen. So you gotta start somewhere. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna record my workout, and I consider this to be a workout for the people who don't like cardio. You know, cardio for the people who hate cardio. I don't like walking on treadmills. I can do an elliptical, but still not for a long time, and I just get bored. So what I do is I just put together a lot of stuff that for me is cardio and for me works up a good sweat, and so I'm just gonna do it on here. If you like it, do it. If you don't, you know, bypass it, whatever. All right, so this is for, you know, mostly my sisters. You know who you are. Who are always telling me about unbigging my back, and I want you to unbig your back and see if you can do some of this. So all you need for this workout, I'm going to go through every workout with you. What I do is I take about, I don't know, I think it's about 10 or so different exercises, right, that I like to do, and I do them in 30-second intervals. So I'll do 30 seconds, and then I'll march in place for 30 seconds. Then I do another round of that workout for 30 seconds. Some call it HIIT, some say it's not HIIT, whatever. It works for me, and I like it. Call it what you want to call it. All I need for this workout is I have my laptop where I just keep an Excel spreadsheet of the workouts that I want to do, and I just tick them off as I go. You'll see me like going back and forth to the computer, probably doing that. And then on my phone, I have 30-second timer set. I have my water, and I have 20-pound kettlebell. Actually, this is not a kettlebell, but it's like a soft bell system, which I might go over one day, where you can mix and match out your weights so you can make weights, you know, to weigh what you want, and then it doesn't take up a whole lot of space with like having to buy a whole rack of weights and everything. So anyway, let's go on and get started. I usually start this with 30 seconds of jumping jacks. So let me move this out of the way, and I'm gonna give me a little sip of water. And my son drank out of this earlier, so I hope ain't nothing floating in it. I look good so far. All right, I got my shoes on, and let's get ready to unbig these backs. Let's unbig this belly before we head to the cruise or to the beach or whatever we do in the summer. All right, so I'm gonna hit start, and then it's jumping jacks. I think I'll probably go in and speed some of this up, and then maybe put like some music or something so it's not as boring. Anyway, let's go. All right, 30 seconds, jumping jacks. So just same old jumping jacks like you learned when you were in kindergarten, first grade. Whenever you learn how to do a jumping jack, just do it. Do it as fast or as slow as you need to. The point is just to keep moving. I say movement is better than sitting still. So, you know, if you do half a jumping jack, if you do 15 seconds, if you do whatever, just do it. So I got my timer going. And all right, as soon as that's done, then I hit restart, and we just walk in place, walk in place. And you know what? I forgot to start my timer. I have a Garmin. I try to log my workouts. I don't always log my workouts, but this particular workout I try to do 2 to 3 days a week. I usually do it first thing in the morning, fasted, as soon as I drop my son off at school. And as you can see, honey, I'm already huffing, because talking and trying to do this, it ain't it. And I ain't the most fit person in the world. All right, 30 seconds, so jumping jacks. But like I said, 2 to 3 days in the morning, fasted as soon as I drop my son off at school. That way I can do it before it's time for me to log into work. I work from home, which I know makes it easier, but really, I've done it at night after I put him to bed, like whatever. However I gotta get it in is how I get it in. All right, back to my march. The point is just get your heart rate up. And you can do it in a small space sometimes, especially when I do this at night. I'll go downstairs to my living room, and it's a small living room with just like a little strip. But I'll put on something fun to watch, and then in between or while I'm watching, I'll just get my workout in. After he's in bed, and then I can just take my shower, usually grab a protein shake, and I go to bed. All right, now I do 30 seconds of push-ups. So I try to do regular push-ups, but that's hard. I do pride myself on being able to do a couple regular push-ups. It gets harder as I keep going, and sometimes I can make the whole first 30 seconds of doing regular push-ups. We'll see if I can do it this time. Ooh, that last one was hard, but here we go. Just restart, get my steps in. Some people will do like a 30-second rest in between, but I just like to keep moving. I feel like I'm working out anyway and just taking some steps. Don't really require a lot, so I just do this in between. All right, next round of push-ups, probably gonna be modified, cause yeah. And this is later in the day, so my son, here we go. I'll bring this over here and make it easier. So modified push-ups, bring the arms back. If there are some pros watching, please comment on the form what I need to do to make this better. Any suggestions, really, I appreciate, because like I said, this is just something I threw together, and you know, it works for me. So I like to mark down in my spreadsheet as I go, just so I know what I've done already. 2 sets of jumping jacks, 2 sets of push-ups. Next up is the skaters. This is gonna be real inelegant. Because there's really no cute way to do a skater, at least not for me. My skaters ain't high, they move. So, all right, I'm gonna put my 30 seconds in. It's just this. And just side to side. Hope I don't tear my bookcase apart. Just keep going. 30 seconds. There you go. And then just march it out. March it out. And maybe if I figure out how to edit, I will go in, take some of this out. But in the meantime, this is what we got. One thing I try to do is brace my core when I do these, when I do anything really, like all day, brush your teeth, whatever, just try to brace that core, and that helps strengthen your core. And I don't know, who don't want a strong core? All right, here we go again. Let's start on this side. And whew, almost fell. All right. And maybe if you have more space than me, you can really get into these and go up high and jump far. But this is what I got. And like I said, I'd rather move than not move. One more down, I finished 2 sets of skaters. And after this, I do my punching. So it's just a bounce and a punch, a bounce and a punch. And obviously, now I'm huffing, I'm puffing. I haven't started to sweat yet, mostly because I'm right under a fan. That's less than a foot from the top of my head. But, all right, punch. I can feel it, definitely Feeling myself getting tired. And march it out. 30 seconds. March it out. I'm gonna take a break and get a little bit of water. And spill it all over the place. All right. Keep marching, keep marching. And this is what I do for cardio. What I really like to do is weight training. And let me get these. So now I start with my other arm. And I like to, if I start on the right side one time, I like to start on the left side the next time. Just the thing I do, I don't know if it makes a difference. No, my band is broken. I need to get another one. It will happen. So what I was saying is what I really like to do is, and you know that's my sisters texting me now if you hear the vibration. I need y'all big backs to watch this video and join in. All right. So I am going to mark that before I reset. And now what I'm gonna do is, people call these side shuttle, side shuffle, side hustle, side something. I'll show you. All right, so I just get down low. And one. And like I said, more space allows for more movement, but this is all you got. You know, go with it. Like, this is the space I work out in. And I started December doing just different videos I found on YouTube. And over that time, I've lost over 9 pounds. I have got some pretty decent muscle tone. And yeah, it works. So I don't think you gotta go to the gym. Don't think you need a whole lot of space. Just work on what you got and start moving. But as I was saying, what I really like to do is weight training. So I usually do 4 days of that, 2 upper body, 2 lower body, and I'll record those for you at some point. All right, more side shuttle. And you want to get down as low as you can and just go as far to the side as you can. Again, try to brace that core if you can. And just move. Some people go a lot faster than me. Some people are slower too. I do what works for me. And like I say, it works, especially with nutrition. I guess I can go over that, what I do one day, and then I can also talk about, you know, if I do any supplements or anything. Short answer, not really. Just pretty much the vitamins that my doctor gives me, and that's it. All right, so now it's time to do front kicks. And I just hope I don't kick my camera because I have never done it with the camera there. So maybe I'll move over to the side. Let me restart this. All right, so I start my right foot and it's just a taekwondo front kick. And I just try to hit the same spot. Yes, I used to do taekwondo. How far did I go? I quit. about a week before I was supposed to take my black belt test. Because I'd had abdominal surgery. Whew. Fibroids, if you're a black woman, you know what I'm talking about. And after I was afraid to get kicked because part of your black belt test is sparring. And so I just was so afraid to get kicked in my abdomen, and quite frankly, that's where you aim your kicks. In Taekwondo, so yeah, I know. All right, other leg, front kicks. Just try to hit the same spot. Tip of my toe. So, my son really likes my Taekwondo kicks, and sometimes I'll do those for him. So maybe another thing I can do is maybe put together one of these more Taekwondo kicks. Any Taekwondo experts out there? It's been a decade since my last class, aside from just like a little free intro class I did with my son. So kicks might be off, but they keep you moving in this case. Don't try to take them to a Taekwondo class. All right, so we've done our 2 kicks. Next up is I'm gonna do what I call shoulder taps. Other people call them other things. So I'll just demonstrate. Maybe I'll turn this way so you can see. But you just get in pretty much push-up position, and you restart this, and you just tap your shoulders. Holding your core, keep your back straight, try not to let it dip, try not to shift too much from one side to another. This is good for your core, and I have a couple things for core that I work in at the end, so you'll see those. This is one of my least favorite, just because it is so core heavy. The other core stuff I like much better. Whew, yeah, I stopped those quick. So hopefully you got to see what that looked like. Maybe I'll turn the other way, try to have more of a front view. I don't really know what you can see. The closer I get up that way. So, you know, maybe I'll do it right there. But, we'll scoot you over. So, get down. Get ready for more of these shoulder taps. All right, again, push up position, hands under your shoulders. I'm gonna hit that restart, and we're just gonna make sure that core just make sure that core is engaged. All right, let me mark my shoulder taps. Next up, they're called like around the clock kettlebells. That's what I call them. I don't know what they're really called, but for that, that's when I pull in my kettlebell. And again, I am not an instructor. I just do what works for me. And if you like it, do it. If it hurts, stop doing it. All right, pick it up. And I like to go clockwise first. Don't know what way this looks like for you, but for me, this is clockwise. And the point is to try to keep your core engaged in the same spot. Take this all around. It looks easy, but I assure you, the more weight you put on, the harder this is. I lost a couple seconds in the beginning, so I did a few extra ones. Again, 30-second, march in place. Let me get under this fan. And this usually is like, I don't know, 25 minutes. It's under 30 minutes. On days when you're not feeling so great, you go slower, it might take longer. Some days you might not even want to do a full 30 seconds of marching in between. You might want to just knock it out or do 15 seconds. So it really is up to you. And if you start working out and you find that the 30 seconds is too long for any exercise, like shorten it, right? All right. So now I'm gonna go counterclockwise. So just try to keep your core engaged. And what does it mean to engage your core? I don't know. For me, I lean back a little bit and I start to feel like your muscle feels hard. I'm like, push through the fat. I got a little fat on top, but if I push through, I'll feel the muscle. All right, let me concentrate. Make sure I get these couple good ones. All right, so that's that. Whew. And we're gonna do our marching. I'm gonna tighten this because it doesn't feel, it's a little loose, my kettlebell. And next up, let me mark these. I did 2. Next up, I have kettlebell swings. Then I do my plank and side plank. 30 seconds each, a minute and a half. I don't usually stop in between those. So we'll see. All right, kettlebell swing. Put that there. So for the kettlebell swing, I'm just gonna dismiss this and I'll restart the timer. So for the kettlebell swing, I like to do my legs, my squat stance. For comfort, I know a lot of people do this. My knees and my thighs and my hips don't move in that direction. So I actually found a good YouTube channel. It's called like Squat University or something. And he talks about on there helping people find their proper squat stance. And for me, my toes need to be out. But for the swing, I like to do more of, I guess it's like a sumo squat stance. Probably ain't the way you're supposed to do it. It's the way I do it. It works for me. It keeps my knees and my hips and all my stuff from hurting so that I can have, a decent swing and squat on my kettlebell. Nothing is hurt, nothing starts to hurt after I do this, so it works for me, but find the stance that works for you. All right, let's get this started. All right, so start, and then I just come up, start, and come up, start, and come up. And just do squat down as low as I can go with this kettlebell. And I just bring it up to shoulder height. And again, this is 20 pounds, but I didn't start at 20 pounds. I started at like 5 pounds, maybe 4.5. I think I had a 4.5 pound plate. And you just work your way up. All right. Yeah, back to my marching. And I can feel the sweat. If this was not black, you would see sweat. So it does what I need it to do. If there are exercises you don't like, you can always swap them in for something else that you do like. All right, I'm gonna get in these last ones. Throw in some quick core. We don't call it. All right. Here we go. core. Try to keep a controlled motion with the kettlebell. One, so you don't hurt your body, but two, you don't want to break your TV or whatever you end up swinging this thing at, because they are heavy. All right, this is my last thing. Before then, I go to my plank. When I do this, and let me just dismiss. So when I do core at the end of my cardio, I only do very, very basic. Like I said, I do a plank and then a side plank on each side for 30 seconds and I call it a day. When I do actual core, I do a workout and I add it either, it's a whole separate workout. So I add it at the end of upper body, or I just do it at its own time, fit it in at lunch, whenever. It's really short, it's not a whole lot. It's like 4 different exercises that I do. I have more than that, but every month or two, I gotta rotate it out because I just get bored. Anyway, let's move that over. Let's get ready to do our plank. I don't know what my plank looks like. It might look goofy, but you know what? It works for me. Look up a YouTube video on form and they will help you get perfect plank. All right, so this is what I do. And let me start the timer. Keep your core engaged. Don't put your butt up. Don't let your butt sink down too low. That's what they always tell me. So that's what I try to do. But it's hard to see yourself, so you just do the best you can. If something hurts, adjust. Adjust. Some days when I'm feeling fancy, I will even, all right, and that side plank, I just go straight from my plank, restart my timer, and some days when I'm feeling fancy, I'll throw this in before and after the cardio, but not today. I gotta get back and pick up my kiddo from his theater rehearsal. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm shaking. Normally 30 seconds of this is not a whole lot, but man, trying to talk and do this and then the pressure of recording, it's a lot. All right, so back to plank, and then I just go straight to the other side, restart, and try to make sure my elbow and my shoulder, straight line. This is up, lift it up. You should feel it in your, I don't know what's that called, an oblique. In your side, honey, in your side. If you feel it in your back or something, anywhere else, I would say stop. I don't want back pain, and I don't want anybody else to have it either. So, whew. All right, and that's that. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna start posting more stuff, I hope. Maybe some workout stuff, maybe some other stuff. The channel is called And So We Venture, and it really is supposed to be a channel about a lot of things I do with my son. It was his idea to start a YouTube channel. I didn't want it. I don't like social media, but it's what he wants to do, and so I'm doing it, we're doing it, and this might be the first video, it might not, it just depends on when I edit some other stuff. We got other things coming, like we went to space camp, so we got some video of that that I'll put together, walk you through our itineraries for like when we go on vacation to like Costa Rica, Hawaii, the different things that we do. So just stay tuned and subscribe, thumbs up the video, please watch, and give me suggestions in the comment box, because or not comment box, what's it called, in the comments, yeah. Because yeah, I don't what to do or how this is gonna go. But yeah, welcome to our channel, and I'll see you next time. And Taekwondo.